Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to some of you. Fellow Biafrans, fellow Oduduwa, Ariwa, and even those that believe in Nigeria. Right here with me, I have Mr. Abdul Salam Yusuf, and of course, myself, Mazi Odinkeman Kendele Nwachineke. We want to talk about the fate of the future Nigeria, and also to talk about the fate of Biafra restoration, Oduduwa restoration, Ariwa restoration, to have this critical criticism amongst ourselves and to bring a very productive outcome from this debate. But because of network issues with Mr. Abdusalam Yusuf, we cannot be able to stay with him on the live program. So just an introduction I just did. He is going to go out, and then we have the program on WhatsApp conversation. So I am going to take him out right now so that we can start the program on the WhatsApp. And if you have a contribution, please write on the comment section so that we can be able to have your own contribution as well.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yes, I see the intro you did.
All right, as we planned, because
you made it. So it's nice.
Can you move away a place where there is no noise more so that we can have a very quiet discussion?
No problem.
Okay. You can
I'm
go
with you. Continue.
Right. So you can go ahead and make a formal introduction so that people can hear your introduction as well.
What is it? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Right away?
Yes, right away.
Okay. I am Abdusalam Yusuf. I'm for a better Nigeria. Not just for you, for our children. We have seen the suffering the youth are going through. Our fathers have suffered. Our sisters have suffered. Our brothers have suffered. Whether you are from North, whether you are from Ariwa, whether you are from Biafra, doesn't matter. I think what we should be fighting for right now is just a better Nigeria for a better tomorrow. Whether that's been through referendum or revaluation of where we are. That is my take for now.
Okay, let me...
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. This
okay.
With this a better Nigeria, let us start from better Nigeria. With this a better Nigeria, how do you want to convince people that...
Yes, I can hear.
how do you want to convince people that there is going to be a better Nigeria, knowing the fact what has already happened in the past?
Yes, I understand that there is this issue of trust within us right now, and the issue of trust will always come up, whether within our family, outside our family, or in public in general. It's not where we are coming from. It matters a lot, but the step we take from today also matters a lot for whatever we are chasing or whatever we are trying to achieve. When I say a better Nigeria, if you look at it today, we are all suffering. Whether you are from the north and you say you want to defend the northerners, I am from north, whatever it is, I say I stand with my people. Which people are you standing with? Let's assume we have like 20 million people from the north. If only 1 million benefit and the other 19 million are suffering, are we not deceiving ourselves if we say we stand and support the same northerners, the same leaders to keep on looting, and we are suffering now, and probably tomorrow our children might start from the same place where we stopped today. So that's why I say we need a better Nigeria. Even if today Nigeria have to go separate way, like we have Biafra, we have the Oduduwa nation, and everybody goes on its own separate way. We still have to fight. We still have to try and maintain peace within ourselves. And if that peace can be expanded within Nigeria from every aspect of the country, I think we'll be a better nation together.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. Now,
I think we'll be a better nation together. If you see today, there is too much division within our youth. I don't know whether you get me.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yes, I'm
hearing you. The
level
of division within our youth is just too much. And I always feel like we are not seeing the bigger picture of what is happening. What is happening is not just about where the region you are from or the region you support. I know that there are these popular sayings from the other people from West and East feel like the Northerners are enjoying a lot, but you have to be in North to know how much the people too are suffering. But because of this, our myopic and sentimental way of living, even if our brother is doing something wrong, we still want to support our brother. Why the other person that is trying his best, we bewitch the person. And it's not working for us. If
okay.
And if we have to go, yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
If at all we separate today, are we still going to carry the same mindset into the new nation, or we are going to change the mindset? If we intend to change the mindset, even tomorrow when we go to our own separate nation, we have to start today. So that when we get the nation we want, we can do better. I don't know whether you get me.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
We have had a lot of countries in this world that separated, they go on their own way, got their own independence, and you see some of them are doing well, most of them, while few are still doing badly as they were with their own former colonies. It's because the mindset is not changed. The mindset remains the same. If we have 20 members today, 5 unified together, they understand, they speak the same language, understand their language, the body language, everything, they have the same ideology or common ideology that bind everybody together. You will see if they move to another place, there will be a development. They will keep on moving forward. But you don't expect people who are like the Babylonians, people who don't understand each other, no matter what they want, no matter how much effort they put on, In as much as they don't understand each other, there is nothing they can achieve. This has been my take concerning in this Nigeria issue.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Abdusalam Yusuf. Viewers, if you're just joining this program, this is
Yes.
a program anchored by myself and also Mr. Abdusalam, who believe in one Nigeria. And we are trying to keep it
Yes.
constructively in a sense that we are going to criticize each other, bring point by point on what we are talking about here, so that we can be able
Yes.
to. I'm talking to the viewers. I will ask you a question and make my own
Okay.
contribution. So,
Okay.
at the end of it, we can now be able to give the viewers what they want. I stand for justice, equity, and fairness. This is what I stand for. And as a Biafran at the same
Okay.
time. Now, I want to first of all ask you. You talked about you said that every Nigerians are suffering, Mr. Yusuf.
Yes.
Can you pinpoint
Yes.
one or two, three the type of suffering that Nigerian youth are suffering? Can you just pinpoint that and let us take it from there?
Yes. Some years back, our president, our infamous president, said Nigeria youth are lazy. And that word hurt me a lot to hear our president saying that to our youth. Because I myself, as a young man, I put on work every day to see that I am a better person and I can be of a better person to my family, my state, and my country as a whole. But sometimes you see that all this effort, personal zeal, and energy, you wake up every day, you want to do something. But the country, your nation fail you because the platform, the institution needed for you to strive in whatever you want to achieve is not there. And I am not the only one suffering this. I meet many youth every day that are going through the same. We have a lot of youth in this country that are 30 and 30 to almost 40 years. And they don't know where they are. They don't know where they are going. It's not because they don't want to settle down and do something tangible. But where is the platform for them to do this? Can you imagine in a country where a 30-year-old man who is supposed to be responsible, taking care of his family, is still thinking of how to have his daily bread? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Still thinking of how daily bread. A 30-year-old man shouldn't be talking about how to eat. Eating shouldn't be his biggest problem every day. Should be thinking of how to contribute to the nation, how to contribute to the people around him. You get me? This is suffering. We have a lot of youth today that learn handwork. They didn't go to school. Some of them are panabitas and many other jobs like that. And this youth, you find out that he can't get a common life to earn his means of living every day. There is no life. And now we talk about diesel. How much is diesel today? 800 or something naira. How much work are you going to do by the day? Are you just going to buy diesel to do a turnover job where you go home without any? You are angry. Your family that you are supposed to cater for, you can't cater for them. But at the end of the day, instead of you to go home, say to your family, you go home with a problem from outside, adding to the one at home. That is why today you see frustration everywhere. Youth commit different kinds of crime. A wife betraying her husband, a husband beating the wife because there is frustration everywhere. There's no escape route for anybody. You look here, you are disappointed. You look your front, you are disappointed because the nation has failed us. our leaders have failed us. This is suffering on its own. Then you travel today, maybe you are going to east, west, like last week I traveled. A journey that's supposed to take me like 10 hours, I end up like 19 hours. That is a suffering. Other than what we are facing today, what is the prospect of Nigeria? How do we hope, or what do we see that give us the hope that even tomorrow, probably, our children will see light at the end of the tunnel? Is it from the economic aspect? Is it from having a good institution, like you have police brutalization, you have military killing innocent people? There are some people that cannot even come out of their houses of state in Nigeria. There are some people that cannot walk freely in some state in Nigeria because of military harassment or police or whatever. All these are suffering.
Okay.
If you look at this country as it, okay.
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
You asked a question. How do we see the hope of Nigeria? Now, I want to take you to the political appointment or the newly appointment that was just taking place just recently. And with this new appointment, it is also going to touch on the division that you talked about among the youth, not just the division among the youth. I would say the youth are confused, but the elite are the people dividing us. This newly appointed list, just about a few days ago, today is first, which was on the 28th of June, just about a few months ago, 28th of June, 2022.
Yes.
And the news says a full list of 27 newly appointed appeal court judges. North have 23, while South have 4 appointees. This is an evidence of that division. This is an evidence that they don't want a better Nigeria. This is an evidence that it is better for Hold on. You know, you spoke before about 10 minutes, or let me just say 8 minutes, because I used 2 minutes to make introduction, and then I asked you a question. You took another one. We are here like about 18 minutes now. You understand? So now going on what I'm talking about. This what you saw here. It is on the public domain. Full list of 27 newly appointed appeal court judges. North have 23. While South have only 4. And like I said, this is an evidence of that we are not one. And those people or those politicians who are disguising or claiming that they want Nigeria to remain one, by their action, we are saying it. Now, let me read the news. It said the full list of 27 newly appointed appeal court judges, including their names and states of origin, can be accessed here. Now, according to the names obtained by the HSG's newspaper, the Northern appointed are 23, while the Southerners are 4. And when they're talking about Northerners, they are talking about the whole Northern, putting it together. Also, when you talk about South, they are talking about South, putting South, mean by the Southeast and the Southwest, only have 4 appointees. Now the news further say, in the southern region of Nigeria and South, only 2 people. Southern region and South, only 2. While Southwest, 2. and Southeast has a zero appointees. Zero appointees. And here we go further and say, you say, here are the names of the 27 new judges who have been appointed to the Federal Court of Appeal. Federal Court of Appeal. Justice P.A. Mahamood from Benue State. Justice F. Ojo, Kwara State. Justice I.G. Abun Daga, Nasarawa State. Justice M.B. Idris, Niger State. Justice A.M. Talba, Adamawa State. Justice Kadi M.M. Alkali, Adamawa State. These ones. Now, furthermore, Justice A.I. Adenyatu, Taraba State. Justice A.S. Umar, Kebbi State. Justice O.Z. Sanchi, Kebbi State. Justice A.M. Lamido, Sokoto State. Justice B.B. Aliwu, Zamfara State. Justice Ebowai Toby, Delta State. Justice G.O. Kolawole, Osun State. Justice O. Itodo, Benue State. Justice M.A. Abul Gaffa, Kwara State. Justice D.D. Adek, Nasarawa State. Justice D.G. Man, Plateau State. Justice D.J. Goji, Adamawa State. Justice Kadi U.B. Umar, Adamawa State. Justice Y.A. Bashir, Taraba State. Justice Z.B. Abubakar, Kebbi State. Justice I.M. Sani, Kaduna State. Justice F.L. Adamu, Kano State. Justice I.B. Ahmed, Katsina State. Number 5th, Justice M.Y. Ocha U, Zamfara State. Justice P.O. Afen, Bayelsa State. And Justice O.A. Ipaye, Osun State. And on these appointed, like I said, none come from the Southeast. Yes. Compile the Southern Nigeria, only 4 appointees. Y23 goes to the Northern State. So how do we talk about one Nigeria? Why the 12th of 27 appointees, 23 goes to the North, and only 4 goes to the South? Which, of course, if I may just put a little bit analysis on this. If you remember during the time of 2019 election, they removed the Chief Justice and put Mr. Tanko, and using him in order to remove the prime winner of the state governorship candidate in Imo State, and replacing him with the person who took number 4, which is Governor Hope Uzodinma. The same thing is playing now. So how do you explain this on the One Nigeria to convince people with this point that I just brought out now? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mazi. You have spoken well with data to back it up. This problem we have today didn't started for long. And if you see, when I was talking to you earlier, I said one of the problems we have is that maybe in a family, only one person is enjoying all the goods. many members of the family are suffering, but yet they support that one person, which is based on sentiment. Are you there with me?
Yes, I'm here with you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Which is based on sentiment. And this is very prevalent in this our country. When I spoke of one Nigeria is not what our government gave us. One Nigeria is what the people fight for. We, the mass, is what do we want. Today we are clamoring for division, and I'm not against the Eastern people having the division or having their own practice. Everybody work for what will work for him or her. Like I was saying earlier, how do you know that even today, if peradventure Biafra got this independence, there will still not be a segment within the Biafra who, within their own personal interests, will still establish this kind of system that we are facing in the whole Nigeria, where few parts of the country are enjoying the goods and the masses are suffering. That is where I told you before that we need a mental change. For instance, there is this saying. It says a man who wants to be free must learn to fight for others' freedom. Are you there with me?
Yes, I'm here with you.
Are you there?
Yes.
If there is an injustice against another colleague of yours, you feel like
sorry,
it's not me.
Can
you? Business.
Can you repeat that quote that you just made now? You say a man.
Yes, I said a man who wants to be free must first learn to fight for others' freedom. Right?
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
But if today I'm sitting here and maybe you are a neighbor or someone from my community, and someone unjustly treats you unfairly, and I feel like it's none of my business. When he's done with you, the next person is going to will be me. Because an evil man does not stop in one place. They expand and keep on moving. In my own aspect, I accepted that there has been an injustice against the Southern or the Eastern people. Do you get me?
Yes.
Do you get me? From the appointment, from what we enjoy from them and what we give in return. I accepted that. But the masses, when I say the masses, I'm talking about the Nigeria, which are the youth. When I say the masses, I always see the youth as the masses. How do we support one another to break this gap? That is where the one Nigeria comes from. Like there was an incident of this fast brutality of people from the south, from the east, from the west. And when there was a protest over the country, my people from the north decided to fold their arms because they feel they were not touched by it. And it's not a business. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Are you there, sir?
Yes.
Because they say it's none of their business. It's not their problem. If the South is brutalizing, even here when some people try to protest, the government intervene and stop them from protesting. Because they don't see the brutality of fast in this environment. And they don't think that their brothers from the other end need their voice to stop these people from brutality. But that is for the South brutality on the southwest eastern. Let's come back home to the issue of when the issue of Boko Haram started and the mass of squad, many people were killed in mosques, in churches, in markets, in malls. The south, the eastern, and the western people felt like it was not their problem. And I read a lot of it on social media. Whenever anybody is talking, he say, is the Muslim terrorist. But sir, do you think a Muslim man wants another Muslim to be killed? Are you there with me?
Yes, I'm here with you. Those.
This is not the Muslim ideology.
Okay.
You said?
I don't want us to go much on the Islamic. If we're going to do that, we are going to have a special program for that. But
no, I'm talking about the phenomenon we are facing in this country.
Okay.
The problem in every of this country, where another man from another part of the country felt like it's not his problem, and later it turned out to be the problem of the nation. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
That is where, when I say oneness, one Nigeria, that is where my one Nigeria comes from. How do we speak from another brother? Do you speak for another brother when he's facing injustice, or you just celebrate it? So far, it's not me. This has been a big problem facing this our country. Like you talk about this appointee portfolio, the injustice in the selection. Yes, it's true. But how many people from the north are willing to speak against it? So far, he enjoyed from it is none of his business. This is a table that turned around. At the end, it turned against us all. Nobody benefit out of it. That is why I tell you about one Nigeria. If the Biafran, the South or the Eastern people think Biafra will be the solution to the problem, to curb the suffering, the injustice on them, I am never against it. But I always feel like in whatever we are achieving, we shouldn't try to destroy one another in order to get it. And from the aspect where I sit, sometimes I feel like the Southeast, they are fighting for something great, but sometimes the way they go about it give the Nigeria even more chances, or let me say our leaders, to harm them more. There are some times where you should take advantage. The international world is listening, they are hearing. There are some things going on where you take advantage of it. It's more about logic. And you let the world hear your voice. And the pressure will be put on government, you get what you want. I don't know, I know you were in NCWS. Are you there?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
If you see most of the time if you see there, you can go and check the chat. I don't speak against anybody, but I always said we have to do things in orderly manner. That is just my take.
Okay.
Like I told you there. Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
When you talk about youth coming together to choose their leader, I want to take you back in 2019 general presidential election in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Sowore came out. He campaigned all over the country. The whole youth supported him, but he was never allowed to have even a presidential debate. Not to talk about.
Who is that?
Sowore.
Now?
Sowore.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is an example of saying that what the youth want, it is not what the Nigerian government or the sitting government want, or even the British. You know what I'm saying now? That is an example.
Yes, I understand you.
And also to also make a little bit connection with the quote that you just made and say that a man who wants to fight for his freedom must first of all fight for the freedom of all. That is an example of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In 2012, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hosted a protest in London under One Nigeria. He was not talking about the marginalization of the southern people, more especially the Biafrans. He was not talking about the appointments.
Okay.
He was not talking about the corruption. But what he was talking about is about safeguarding the life of the northern people by the Boko Haram.
Okay.
Asking everybody who believes in one Nigeria to come out and speak against, and also for the government of Nigeria to act against, because women, children, men are being killed by this Boko Haram. Nobody listened. That's an example of making connection when you say that a man who wants to fight the freedom must first of all do what? Fight for all. Now, when we are talking about having a referendum in Nigeria to decide, is for people to decide, do they want to continue with this 1999 constitution, or do they want to have a separate state where you see that Arewa will have their own separate state, where you will see that Oduduwa will have their own separate state, or when you see that Biafra will have their own separate states? And even if the Nigerians won the vote of the referendum, then they will now decide the type of constitution that they want. That is all we are asking for Nigerian government to come, so that the youth that you are talking about, it is the same thing. Because I am much interested when you talk about the youth. I am not interested about the elite. Elites are playing the game of number in everything, even in the political appointment. You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
But in the issue of the youth to decide, where do you want to belong? Do you want to belong in Nigeria? On which constitution do you want to operate on? You know what I'm saying now? Because the elites, they are not interested in even having a restructuring. They are not interested. There was
I spoke about this structure when I was telling you about the suffering.
Yeah. There was a statement that Shetima made when Ohanes and Dibo were talking about restructuring in 2017. Shetima, he said, to hell with restructuring. This is coming out from a governor of the federation, a governor of a state in Nigeria, and also an elite saying to hell with restructuring. And this was in the November 30th, 2017. And if you allow me to just read about that this thing, I will just read it just very fast.
No problem, sir. That is what we are here for. No problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. And this is coming from the governor of Borno State, the Mr. Kashim Shetima, or Governor Kashim Shetima. And he says, on Tuesday, downplayed the clamor for restructuring in Nigeria, describing it as a madness. The governor of Borno State, Kashim Shetima, said that it is a madness to restructure Nigeria. And this must be stopped by everybody in the politics. Mr. Kashim instead spoke at the book launch of a former Minister of Youth and Sport Development under the Goodluck Jonathan administration, Bolaji Abdullahi, who is now the spokesperson of the All Progressive Congress APC. The event took place at the Yar'Adua Center in the Central Business District of Abuja. The book title, On a Platter of Gold, that is the name of the book, and was written on how Mr. Jonathan became president of Nigeria in 2011, but lost the office at the 2015 general election. Mr. Shetima, who was the father of the day, dismissed the clamor for restructuring, saying to hell with restructuring. According to the governor, if jobs are provided and other sectors of the economy, especially in the education sector, is developed, this madness referring to restructuring will stop. If you also remember, this was in 2017, 2018, 2019, 20, 21, 22. 5 years now, we are still battling with the same challenges, even worse than at that time. Now, he said, people are talking about artificial intelligence. Other nations are talking about nanotechnology or robotics engineering, but unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. This is coming from the governor of Borno State at that time, Kashim Shatima. Now, you see, like we said, the elite, they are not interested in the welfare of the youth. They are not. How are the youth, how are they going to change the narrative of yesterday to take the future on their hands? Is by speaking with one voice. If they want Nigeria, then let's go for Nigeria by referendum. Then those in Nigeria who decide to be separated from Nigeria, either Oduduwa, Arewa, or Biafra, they will speak their voice. Now, furthermore, like in Biafra Nation, let me just give you an example on the kind of constitution that we are going to embark on. Because there's a point that you made, and you say that even when everybody separate and go his or her own way, that what is happening today in Nigeria is going to keep on happening. But I just want to let you know that in Biafra, we are going to have a confederation system. A confederation system is that restructuring that Odmego Juku, Gowon, and the rest of them went to Aburi Accord in Ghana to have a restructuring so that everybody will have a control of their resources, meaning that the central government, just like as we have it today in Abuja, we have a limited power, a very limited power. But the independent states, we have the major power because they are the people controlling their resources, controlling their political arena.
I understand it.
That you see, so this is exactly the kind of system that we are going to run in Biafra. So we don't have any fear of having the system of the 1999 Constitution being implemented in the Nigeria today. So let me ask you, what do you think about everybody speaking with one voice to talk about restructuring, either wherever you come from? What do you talk about it? Because the government, the politicians are not interested in the restructuring, and they will never be.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. You spoke very well. And for long, This has been the first time I will hear someone open his heart to speak so well in general, and not just about the sentiment of what I want from my people. When you are talking about restructuring, you just speak about Kashim Shettima stamping on such a beautiful ideology, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm hearing you.
The youth from this Borno state, what did they understand about restructuring? Do you get me?
Yes. Continue.
There are so many things. There are so many points you have hit on today, you and I. But believe me, when you go out there, you have many youth that don't know what we are talking about. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
That kind of statement that Shetima made in a state and a country where the youth know what they are doing, that will cause an uproar against him. And this is what has been working for the advancing state or the advanced nations. That's why I was so disappointed on the NCWS. Because when they invited me, they wanted to make me an administrator from Kano, and at the end, I end up rejecting it. Because even when we talk about oneness within the youth, you can't ask someone who does not understand what is happening to come and join you. I'm not sure that it's everybody you call into this conference meeting. Is it everybody?
No, it's just only me and you.
No, I'm saying, is it every youth you see around the road or somewhere you just call to come and join you and speak of something like this?
No, not everybody.
Because you feel like maybe I know what I'm saying. You have your benefit of doubt, isn't it?
You're right.
This referendum, this restructuring, believe me, I can tell you that 80% of Nigerian youth does not know what it means or what they stand to benefit from it. And that's why when NCWS came up and my friend called me that something so was happening, I was very happy to be part of it. But at the end, it became one of the most disappointing things I ever involved myself in, because we didn't train the youth. We need to educate the youth. We need to bring key points, let them know what this means and what value it can add into their life, what changes it can make for them and their children. But today, many of us don't know what the restructuring or referendum stands for, what we stand to gain. So they couldn't fight for this. Even if they want to fight, they don't know what they are fighting for. They don't know how to go about it. I always say that if you think you know what you are doing from your own end, try and educate the youth around you. Tell them the benefit of so thing that is happening, like referendum. This is what referendum means. If it is obtained, achieved, this is what you start to gain. This is how life moves forward. But many of the youth don't know. And I believe that most allies, I'm not talking of political allies, those who are trying to enslave us. I'm thinking of you, so people like against us, posting news that attack one another, because you can't post another. If you, maybe the day before yesterday when you chatted me, but if you started with this, or do you think I will answer you?
No.
When you chatted me up, if I reply you rude, are you sure we'll be having this conversation today?
No. Of course not.
We have to find an amicable way to communicate to one another. to send a message to one another, to make the people listen, the youth. And we have to pick up core points and focus on them without digressing. I understand what referendum means. I understand what restructure means. Personally, we have many youth today who fear in country that if Biafra got high independent, the fuel, the money that comes from the petroleum, we have been enjoying this and that. Such enjoyment will no longer enjoy it. But that is life. From where I stand, my own understanding of Nigeria. Because you see this Nigeria, you see, it's a blessed nation. Every state has its own natural resources that he or she can embark on for survival. But none of that were implemented or worked upon. Rather, we just focus on the petrol, we mill it of its life and leave the people in abject poverty, suffering. But if many youth even understand this, those who feel like, when the petrol is gone, we are going to suffer, then we know that there is other aspects of the life or the other aspect of the economy, or things we can focus on to still live a good life. Do you get me?
Yes. Sorry to cut you short. I just want to just let you know. I am not trying to preach to you to come to my own terms and see that there is a need that Nigeria must be disintegrated, or people to decide by referendum if they want, but with a constructive criticism, point by point, bringing out the fact. Because it is with that fact that I am bringing or you are bringing that is going to convince me that there is something or hope in Nigeria. But
worth fighting for.
Worth fighting for. Yes. But with what we have seen in the past and still happening right now, just like the statement of the governor of Borno State, Shatima, said,
yes,
it is not worth fighting for. Well, it is not worth fighting for. They are just fighting for their pockets. Also, the case of Omoyele Sowore during the 2019 presidential election, that every youth supported him, everybody supported him, but the elite and the people controlling the ballot box wouldn't even allow him to have a presidential debate because they know that youth are behind him. Now, when you talk about if there's something that we can do, which you already answered a part of that question by educating one another in a polite manner, for them to see a very reason why that we must work together to decide on referendum, so that if the majority want to be in Nigeria, they belong. Everybody will do what? Will have a control of their resources. So many states in the Nigeria today have resources, but they are not in control of that. For example, if you go to Akwa Ibom have a major mass production of electricity, but they are not even allowed to use it. So also other parts of the southern, so-called southeast of Nigeria, they are not. You know what I'm saying now? Now, if we, those of us who are enlightened enough, understand what is going on, there are 90% of them, they know the truth, but, or maybe they don't know the complete truth, or maybe they're just being ignorant, following blindly to think that it's going to be something in this one Nigeria on the 1999 Constitution. If we, in a way, one by one, just like as I just started, you responded, and we're having this with this conversation. If we preach it to one another this way, because believe me honest, we're going to make a headway. As I'm speaking to you right now, This very program, once it goes viral, nobody is going to harm you because your argument it is based on constructive. And what we are doing here, you're from the north, I'm from Biafra. We are having a mutual understanding for a better future of our youth. Also, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because there's a quote that he made, he said that when a man is fighting for a freedom, he must first of all fight for all. I want to let you know, if you have not heard about this, the promise that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu promised, not just the people that are right now in Nigeria, Oduduwa, Arewa, or Middle Belt, and or the rest of them, but the whole of Africa. He said that by the time the Biafra are being restored, that the oil that some people are thinking that the Africans are going to drink their oil, that we are going to give out this oil to every African nation under the supervision of United Nations for 10 good years. This is another sign to say that we are fighting for all. It's not just about Biafra. You know what I'm saying now? It's not just. Have you heard about this promise that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made to the whole African, or was this the first time?
No, I wouldn't lie to you. This is my first time of hearing it.
Are you serious?
Yes, but I don't have any reason to think you are lying.
Of course I don't. Of course I don't lie. It is not a lie. It is not. When Biafra is being restored, most of these promises, like this issue of oil, I will also be among the people that will remind Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that this is what you promised Africans. And then,
can you hear?
Yes.
Can you listen, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
You have spoken well, and I understand where you are going. Like what you have just told me today. You see, we are still in the same cycle where I think we have to learn to speak to one another to make the others listen to us. If by what I learned the way in which they come with it, communication, convincing. Letting people know that my own independent does not mean your own end. Doubt on this, your independence, and some people have their fear because they feel like, the Biafra got her independence, enjoy from is gone, we are going to suffer. I know when I was speaking before, I also say that is lie. And you further buttress it, talking about some state, which state you call that have electricity, but it's not harnessed.
Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom. But the electricity is not harnessed. We have many states in this country that have their own resources, but they are not harnessed. There's no diversification in structure. All we focus on is making the petroleum state and leaving them with sharks. If we could make most youth understand this thing you and I are discussing, believe me, you will have a better step forward more than where we are today or where we have been tomorrow. And this is the kind of platform I was hoping NCWS will be. And if you, sir, still want to work on something like that, where we can educate the youth. Constructive criticism, making you understand how you see something, so thing is not like that. Maybe whether having a referendum, restructuring, having a dependent state of your own, things like this will see the light of the day. There are so many confusion within us that we don't understand, we don't know how to explain. Just like the Babylonian people from the Babylonian state, they speak, even though some of us that speak the same language, we still don't understand one another. That is how difficult our problem is right now. And that is what I was saying, that the elite or the more educated ones among us who understand the concept of particular ideology or what is going on should try and find a good platform to educate as many youth as possible so that they can join us in fighting. So that when I'm fighting from the north, let the youth from the south, from the east, from the west knows what I'm fighting for. Let their voice be my backup. When a man is fighting from the east, the youth from the north, from the south, from the west, you understand the concept and ideal of the east is fighting for, so that they can lend him their voice as a backup to be able to attain a common goal. Do you know why our government always find a way when they commit one crime or the other? When there is chaos at the end, you see there's scot-free, no repercussion from their crime.
Yeah.
Because of the division. Because when it's fighting the only people from the east. But when you have to fight the whole nation, believe me, no matter how strong you think you are, you have nowhere to run to. And this thing has been working for a lot of advanced nations. And that is because they understand one another. Those who understand explain to those who have less understanding of what is happening. And those are the kind of things I have been hoping that we will be able to attain. I am never against Biafra independence, and I've seen people from the north. I would tell you very few who are not against it. And why are they not against it? Because they understand the concept of what you are fighting for. They understand the ideology of what you are fighting for. But where you have 100 people and only 2 understand what you are fighting for, there will still be a chaos within you. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes, I understand you.
Hello?
Yes, I understand you. Okay. Okay. Now, moving forward, connecting with the NCW, on where you say that how do we get more people from NCW so that we have this kind of program once in a while, have a normal program. During the course of the program, points are going to come out. So we can't just come out and say that we want to have a referendum, just like as we started it today. From the point of view, because it takes 1 and 2 to disagree and agree. You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
So how do we get more people from NCW so that we will educate each and every one of us? I will learn from them, they will learn from me, and also to be able to tell them maybe what they don't know. For example, are you also aware that during the time that I think that was in 2021, when Bishop Kuka first kicked against the division of Nigeria, that we should remain in one Nigeria, but not really trying to digest or to separate what is the cause that the people are clamoring for independence. Our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he told the Hausa people in the north that by the time Biafra is being restored, if the Fulanis don't want them to have peace, that the Hausas are welcome to come to Biafra and seek an asylum. Are you aware of this?
Yes, I was.
Thank you very much.
I was.
Thank you very much. So how do we get more people from NCW so that we can have more of this program in future to come?
You said?
I said, how do we get more people? Yes. How do we get more people from NCW?
How do you get NCW?
Yeah.
I can speak with few people I know that are in that forum to become part of something like this. But you know, I'm no longer in that forum.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
I am no longer in that forum because we have a hiccup. Because my ideology is different from theirs. Like what you and I are discussing today, I oppose the posting of news feeds that attack each region. Because what happened in NCW is that most of the news we post is to attack one another, to try to lay blame game. Or I prefer a constructive criticism rather than playing blame game. Like what you and I just did today. That was one of the reasons they evicted me out of the NCWS, and I'm okay with it.
All right. We are going to build on our next future on what we just talked about now, because speaking with one person to another, then we are going to make headway for people to understand. And on this note, we are going to bring this program to the end. Then hopefully we keep in touch. And thank you very much for coming.
All right, sir. I appreciate you too. Thank you very much, sir. Have a nice day.
And you too.
Yeah.
So on this note, we are going to bring the program to the end. Then hopefully that in the future, myself and Mr. Abdusalam Yusuf can be able to get more people and then educate them what they don't know. Just like in the case of this petroleum, that I only kind of say that by the time the Biafra is being restored, that under the supervision of the United Nations, everybody knows about this very promise. But to my own surprise, he doesn't even knows about it. But now he knows about it, and you know where we stand for. That whatever the case might be, if they want a Nigeria, they have to conduct a referendum. Those in Nigeria, if the majority in Oduduwa decide that they want to be in Oduduwa, it doesn't call for war. A call for referendum is not a call of war. If the majority in Ariwa decide to be in Ariwa, then they will have their own separate state. Those of us who believe in the Biafra restoration, we also have our own separate state, and we have a confederation system that each state or region in Biafra will be governed by themselves independently, meaning that the central will have a limited power. So on this note, we bring it to the end, and that's the members of the Keman Kandele watching again, aka Afro Cronkite, the second disciple of Onyen Dumaz Nnamdi Kanu. Shalom.
Adopting Kashim Shenema Link audio chat. What Oba of Lagos said that we are pushing them to the ocean. Most of these markets that are banning in Lagos, look at it, they are Igbo-dominated markets. You get me? In fact, some Yorubas were telling me when I was in Lagos last weekend that it is we, the Northerners, when we are in charge of Lagos as federal capital, that open room for Igbos to come and dominate them. And it's over now. And it's over. All the businesses Igbos are doing, we are going to bring it and do it. You get me? That's why Buhari have to sign that Lagos is going to be given special status. We are going to have a kind of semi-regional system. Lagos is going to have special status. It means nobody again will control Lagos. The indigenes of Lagos are the ones that are going to control Lagos. They can form land policies. Do you get me? They may decide to say, you as a Yoruba man in Lagos, you will pay 5,000 naira per annum for a land as Chename rent. Me as a Hausa man, I will pay 10,000 naira. Igbo man will pay 1 million naira. This is why they are heading for. And I'm telling you, after 4 years, at least not we are liberal, but in the Southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful, relevant again in the Southeast. Wait and see. In fact, the plan of APC is that they are going to make alliance of Northwest economic development. The West has the ocean. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The North has agricultural produce.
Yes.
So what they are going to do, the government is going to develop all the agricultural and mineral resources in the North. And then they will put primary industries here. And then go and export, finally finish them.